Hi, it's Ike from Groovy Entertainments. Today we got another unboxing episode to do. Today we got all these packages, and this is the last unboxing video for January. So let's see what we got for the rest of this month. Now, a couple came yesterday, and a lot came today. But like I said, I can't record when it's dark outside. So let's see what this one is. I lost my scissors. We kind of got two unboxing episodes to do. This one that I just showed you. Then we got an Amazon unboxing episode that I had already opened. So I'll just show you the movies that I had got from that thing. Because I had to open it first to make sure everything was working and everything. Now this is a book. Books. Okay, our first book is Big Bird Ticklish Christmas. So this is our kind of our Christmas December book. This came out in 1997. And it looked like this. Now I don't remember if I did any Christmas Sesame Street Christmas books on this channel before. This might be the first one. Our next book is Grover Day at the Beach. And this is from 1988. I know a lot of you people got a lot of snow right now, so this might bring the snow away from you. Me reading summer stories. Now, I don't know if everybody got snow, but I know a lot of you people did. I know I got snow. Oh, I got me another bookmarker. I love when I get bookmarkers. But these are free. I didn't pay for this one. Just when you buy a lot from a book website, they give you bookmarkers. This one is called The Adventures of Grover and Outer Space. This is a little book. And there's more books on the back than I might be to find. I know this book's probably made in the 80s also. Boy, there we go. 1984. Now, that was a good year. You could say 1984, 85, and 87. What a good year for the 80s. Now, let's see what kind of book this is. Now, I can tell what are books and what are not. Mostly everything I'm going to show you would be mostly books. They're definitely books. They're making me cough, but they're mostly books. Oops. Okay, this is Elmo's. Yeah, Elmo Saved Christmas. And let's see how old this book is. 1997. And then you get the whole group. Yeah, you get Cookie Monster, Elmo, Ernie. The whole gang is there. Now, I think this is I think our third or fourth book of Elmo. And I never knew Elmo came out in the 70s. I thought he was just a character that came out in the 90s. Because I don't remember him being around when I was a little kid. He just popped up when I was in my teens. But looking back at the book that I was reading, he popped up in the 70s and the 80s. I just didn't remember. Now, if you guys remember Elmo in the 70s and 80s on the Sesame Street show, leave it in the comments. Maybe I just didn't recognize him. I didn't pay attention to him. When you're a little kid, you just remember the main characters, like your Big Bird, your Cookie Monster, your Bert and Ernie, your Grover, your Grouch. Let's see what this one is. Big Bird. Imagine Big Bird meets Santa Claus. Yeah, the book kind of crumpled, but when it sits underneath all them big heavy books that I didn't get to yet, this book won't be looking like this. And this is the mill. This is their post office. Who did this to my book? Look at this thing. This is from 1993, and it looks like this. Another Big Bird book. Yeah, this is gonna be crushed because it's gonna be sitting underneath a bunch of books before December comes, so it won't be looking like that at all. Now our next book is Ernie and Ernie and the Twitter bug counselor. It's hard. I'm looking when I look at the webcam makes everything backwards. So I had to look at the book to figure out what it really said. 19, 1990. And it looks like this. Yeah, these books are getting to me, but we're gonna get through it no matter what. A day in counting. You got the whole game in this one. You even got Elmo in there. Let's see how old this book is for Elmo to be in this book. 1988. Yeah, it looks like this. So it's like an ABC reading book. So you'll be learning your ABCs. This is Ernie and Bert, different days. And we got some new stuff on the back of here too. I think by funniness, I did buy a lot of the books that was on the back of this book without even knowing it. As you see what we got here. 1988. Must have been a big year, 1988. Now, this book came out in 1998, but somebody got this as a birthday gift in 1994. Now these books are used, so people have certain things written in them that I'm not going to read because that's none of my business. But I get to see that a lot of these books are old, but the people that got them way after the book was released because they were still selling this book at your Kmart's, your Walmart's, your Targets, your Bradley, your Caldor, and all them stores. I don't know if the Toys R Us had them or the KB toy stores. Because I don't remember them two stores being filled with books. I know they sold coloring books, but I don't remember the toy store selling reading books. Now you can leave it in the comments if you remember any toy stores that sold books. Not me reading books. I don't mean audio books because Toys R Us always sold books on tape and stuff. What do we got here? No, more garbage. I'll get curious because some of these people can give me more bookmark, and I don't want to throw the bookmark away if they're deep inside. Okay, our first book is Big Bird Square Mill. Did Elmo again. He forgot his name already. This came out in 1998. And then you got your Bert and Ernie. This is going to be interesting. Now, what I'm going to try to do, put these in book order because in the little corner of these things, they got little numbers that the book came out of, so you can read them in order. And I'm gonna see how good I can get these, so we can read them in the order that they were meant to be read in. And if I can't, we'll get close enough. Yeah, I don't got every book in order. This is which is which. We got our Halloween book. It's nice because we don't got no Halloween books right now. This is the first one, 1996, and it looks like this. And then Elmo again. This might be an Elmo marathon, even though we won't be playing them all at once because It was a holiday book. We played on the holiday because we don't get too many holiday books. Let's see backwards. This is a visit to the Sesame Street Museum. Now we did one about the firehouse. So this is the next book I'm thinking. This came out in 1987. Back of the book says. Let's see if what the real book says. Just in case it came out a different year. Let's see. Yep, 1987. And here's some pictures. Right now, you get to see the three main stars. I don't know who's gonna be in this book, but you get to see a sneak preview about it. Now, when I do these unboxing episodes, these are like sneak previews of what will be coming out for the channel. So if you watch these videos, you get to know before everyone else knows. I'm opening all the books first, it seems like. I hit some more books. Okay. And these packets are getting to me. And like I said, I'm not giving up. Be- Because these packets been in somebody been in the post office basement, which I got to me, and it been in some kind of factory before it got to me also. So I'm getting killed with the factory stuff and the post office stuff, and it's not fun. But I do it for the channel. And books are interesting. And these books got smells in them. You know what this is gonna be like. Every morning at Playgroup. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. And this is a growing up. Okay, I thought I said pop up. Okay. Every time I see the word up in it, I assume it said pop up, and I don't like pop up books. They're so hard to read. 1984. And this is a new character, it looks like. I don't know this character. I don't know if she's homemade for the book only or she's something that the show had. But we'll find out together. If you know this character, you can leave it in the comments. Like I said, I hadn't seen Sesame Street since the 80s. Yeah, since the 80s. And maybe the real early 90s, maybe 1990 or 1991. Because I had cousins that were born in the 90s and late 80s. I got the set for this stuff all over again. A sitter for Baby Monster. So now we get to see his baby sister grow up. In the last book I read of his, the baby was just born, and he was jealous of the baby. Now we get to see him play with the baby because she should be like 1 or 2 years old in this book. So it's nice that they grow up the character some. Oh, we got everybody in this book. I don't know. I hope this is everybody. You get your Bert, your Mary Lou, your other. Are they both the same character? One with blonde hair, one with brown hair. You get your Barkley. Your okay, Harry have to be in the book because this is his story. So you get a lot of people. I don't know if they're going to be in the book. It'd be nice if they are. Then you get like a sneak preview of who your favorite character is going to be in. That's it from 1987, and there we go. Now I'm just pulling pages. I'm just flipping through any pages. So I'm not. So you get like a sneak preview of what the book gonna be about. Like they say, don't spoil the movie. You get a little spoiler of the book. A visit to the library. Yeah. Hey, this is our next one. It's gonna be interesting. But 1987 also. Be funny if someone who had this book remembered that this is their book I'm reading. 'Cause a lot of these books got special memories in them. The people been because a lot of these books are like birthday books. One book I read came from somebody's grandma back in the 90s. and see that the kid got old, and they didn't want the book anymore. Although he left it at the parents' house, and they got rid of all their garbage. And I got the book. This came out in 1986, and let's see, it looked like this. So if anyone who had these books, remember these books, leave it in the comments. It'd be nice to see the people who had these books before I had them. Ernie and Bert, Frat Flight Adventure. Now, this thing looks like it came out in the 90s. It got that 90s drawing. Now, am I right? This came out in 1995. Yep, I was right. Let's see. This is a glow back book. Let's see what this thing is. Oh, okay. This is a glow in the dark book. We're not going to show it glow in the dark at all. But okay, okay, this is my first time reading a glow in the dark book. You're going to see it regular. There'll be no way I can show you glow in the dark books because I would have to flip off the lights, then flip on the lights, and it's too much work. I don't want to do all that. Our next book is Hate Real Good. You know, I hate these things. And then they had a nerve to stick it on the front, the cover too, coming off the rest of the tape, or the rest of the ink. This is Grover, A Venture Under the Sea. This came out in 1989, and right, this is a peekaboo book. Okay, this ain't bad. I'll show you a okay. I don't mind this kind of book. Now, the way this book is made is you get to see whatever's going to be the next thing. See how? Yeah. So I thought with one of the peekaboo book, we had a pill of little paper to open what's inside of it. I'm okay with this kind of peekaboo book. So let's see if it came out right in 19. Okay, yeah, it did because this is the only page that got a date on it. End of the book. Okay, this is a hardcover too. And ebooks were kind of high back then because this is the first time I see a date on the book. This book came out, or it cost $3.99 in the U.S. and it cost $5.50 in Canada. Now this is back in '89, so I don't know if that was cheap, but that was high. It seemed like. Now you see, my throat going crazy here. So we still got one more package to open when we get to this last book. Now this is the biggie because we got so many packages to open and so many books to show you. And somebody stuck this in the wrong spot again. Okay, this is Two Whales for Grover. He got a bike. And this is from 1984, it looks like. We'll see in the book if it's a real 1984. Yep, 1984. Yeah, it looks like this. So it looks like Grover had a brother or a cousin. I won't know until I read it. So it could be either a stuffed animal or a family member. Now, I don't know much about Grover because in the books, Grover is the only child. So if he had a brother or sister or somebody, I won't know until we read all the books. But we're reading them out of order in a sense, so I don't get to keep up with the characters in the right order. But if you remember Grover having a brother or somebody, leave it in the comments. Like I said, this could be a stuffed animal. You know how you had them ugly Carrot Patch dolls or them Hug a Bunch? It could be a Sesame Street Hug a Bunch, but this is 10 times better. The only doll that looked pretty good was My Buddy. That was a good looking doll. Them other things were not. They were scary looking. The Carrot Patch and the Hug a Bunch. Let's see if they even saying this. Okay, this is Franklin. So whoever Frank was, I don't know. I call Frank them. Whoever Frank was, we won't know until we read the story. It'll be interesting. Now let's open our. Let's see. Let's put this down here because I don't want this to fall. Now we got this package open. Have no clue what's inside of here, and I don't want to. Here we go. I don't want to cut open something that might rip up whatever's in here. But there's a little hole in the package from the post office. Don't you love the post office? I'm glad whatever in here, it's not that important. So I won't be bad. I won't be mad about it. But if you had something real expensive or something, you see a hole in there. Boy, ain't this nice? And I hope I don't be on that last episode I did when I kept opening it, and it kept on being boxes and wrapping paper and all kind of stuff to get to one little thing. I can't really tell you what episode that was of the unboxing, but if you remember that episode, I hope it don't be this. I hope it don't be that episode. Oh yeah, and then you're wondering, I'm using my Japanese Mexican scissors because I can't find my Japanese scissors anywhere. And it's hearing that name on a scissor is funny. And I'm so curious how that happened. It's like they took turns putting the scissors together. Okay, first we got. Okay, this is just a receipt. Now I paid $6 for it for the audio tape. Okay, like I said, the channel don't have to have expensive stuff on the channel as long as it's good entertainment. Now, here's one, here's two that comes out, and here's two. Let's do this one because this is my hand. Now this came from a grocery I think a grocery store for $1.99. Now this is just cassette tapes from a toy company named Tony. Now, the little bit I know about Tony, Tony did a lot of robot toys in the 70s and 80s. And they were a Japanese company too, a Japanese American company. And I think this is their first time they dabbled into the story cassettes because they did all the Japanese robot toys in the 70s, and then they bought a little bit in the 80s. This is the 90s, so now if I were a collector, I would never open this thing. And this thing is 35 years old, but I'm not a collector, so we're gonna rip it open and see what we got. Now there's a whole bunch of these things that are what's out there. I was gonna say out there. This thing is old. But we got two stories on this one: Jack and the Beanstalk and Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So we got two of them. But we got Ray four of them. Okay, I got two of these things. And if it becomes open without me having to cut it anymore. No. And it's gonna make it hard for me. I have to be careful too because we don't want no blood on screen. Boy, they made this up real good. All right, here we go. Okay, this came out in 1987. The tape did. So Jack and the Beanstalk came out in 1987. And yep, they're both 87. Okay, this will be interesting because there is no book to this thing. There was never no book to this thing. So when Tony did this, they just said, we're just going to do the story on tape. They don't need to hear the book or nothing. Save some money. Now, our next one is, let's see, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Aladdin and His Wonderful Lamp. These are from '88. Let's see if we got anything from here. Yep, so we got some more. There's a whole bunch in here. And I saw a couple of these on eBay. I bought these off of eBay, and I saw some more on eBay. But we're gonna test the water out and see if this does good. If this does good, and they're so out there, we'll find the rest of them. But like I said, you probably won't hear this for a while. So, oh, because this is tapes only, you might hear this sooner than the audio books. Because this is just like me playing a record with a cassette version. Yeah. And if you ever heard these kind of tapes, leave it in the comments. I'm just learning this thing out for the first time because I'm always trying to dig for more stuff for the channel. And when I find something that's history, I like to get it. And if it's real cheap, I get it even faster. Okay, our next. Now we're going to do our Amazon package. I'm going to make two videos. Let's make one long ass video. Now, our first one, and I wish I had the tape next to me so I can show you what I'm going to do. Instead of me pausing it, I'm gonna get the two movies that I replaced for, so we can have it in the videos also. So instead of me pausing the movie, I'm gonna get it for 2 seconds and come back. See, now I'm back. Okay, our first one is the Honolulu Show from 1965. Now, this is a comedy cowboy movie that's super long, like it's a 2 hour and 39 minutes with Burt Lancaster, um, Martha Landau, the guy from Mission Impossible, Lee Remitt, the lady from the Omens. You got who else you got in here? That's all I said in here. Now I've got the Blu-ray copy. Now the Blu-ray copy is remastered so they can look 10 times better than my old copy will. This got commentaries, and I think they're both the same because it says the 156 minutes long, and it says things at 2 hours and 39 minutes. So I think they're the same movie. Now I hadn't looked at it or not. I just know now I got this on Blu-ray so I can see it clearer, and I get to see commentary. So hit the first one, and if you've seen the Honolulu Show at the theaters 50 years ago, 60 years ago, or on TV, because now this movie is 60 years old now. Ain't that clever? How I'm doing 2025 this way. Now I hit another 60-year-old film, Mirage, from Gregory Peck and Diane Baker. And this is one of my favorite films of his because I think this is about a man who don't know nothing about himself, and for the whole movie he's trying to figure out who he is. And you got Walter Mansell, the Odd Couple man, and the Dennis and Menace movie, and you got Gregory Peck. He did everything. So you got Kevin McCarthy. He's the guy that did the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You got George Kennedy, Airport, or what the other one he did? with Paul Newman in the prison camp thingy. Our Kuham Luke. So you got them people in there. I don't know any of the director or anybody. But this is 6 years old. This came out in '65. If you've seen this movie, leave in the comments also. Have you seen it on theater or on TV? I've seen it on TV 100 times when I was little and when I was a grown up. Now, He Walks by Night is a 1948 movie. And I got commentary also. All these got commentaries. Now, this was a good film. This was like a Dragnet film, but with more action in it. You even got Jack Webb, the guy that wrote the story, right? Yeah, I think Jack Webb wrote this thing. Now you got Richard Basehart, the guy from Knight Rider, and and only them two people, Jack Webb and Richard Basehart. And it's got commentary and all the good stuff. And this is about a killer that runs around the city killing people. If you've seen this movie, either at the theaters or on TV, leave it in the comments. It'd be nice to know that if anyone had ever seen these movies, there is no way they would put them in scene. I know a lot of people seen these on TV, all kind of different kind of cut up things. Because on TV, every station had their own version that they would show on TV. Some channel would be edgy and show a cut that one TV won't show. Like I remember ABC showed Scarface, and they both had two different cuts on the movie of Scarface. So that was interesting, seeing two different cuts of the same movie. Now this is New Fist of Fury. This is from 1976. You get both versions on this one. The 76 original one and the 1980 recut that they cut the film a different kind of way in the 80s. Now I got my copy on this kind of cheap DVD. Originally, I used to have this movie on VCR tape. Then I wanted to upgrade to the DVD. That was just as well, it was just as bad as the VCR version, but it was able to be saved longer, so you can watch it 100 times without the tape breaking. Then when I saw this on a Blu-ray for the first time, this thing came out a long time ago. This thing came out 2010. I got it 15 years later, real cheap. Now I get to see this movie widescreen, brightly colored, the way it was meant to be seen, because the way it should have been seen. And you get a bunch of commentaries and good stuff. So this will be exciting. And this is a Jackie Chan, not his first movie, but his second, you could say his second non-comedy film. And the last one, The Oregon Trail, with Fred McMurray, my three sons' father, and John Kennedy, the father of David and all the other kids. And this is in widescreen. Now I've seen this movie before in a terrible full screen. Because like I said, a movie shouldn't be full screen unless it was made that way. You shouldn't make a good film that with real colorful stuff and squish it into a box. So now I get to see this movie the way it was meant to be seen. And if you've seen this movie at the theaters back in 1959, leave it in the comments or on TV. I seen this on TV. Like I said, I saw the terrible copy. Now I get to see the real copy, and I get to have a copy of my own. So like I said, I always try to buy movies. So once they go away, you ain't gonna have this anymore. So you should always have your own copies. You shouldn't do streaming stuff because if you do streaming stuff and they lose the rights, yeah, if they lose the rights, you don't get to see that movie ever again. I can never lose the rights of these movies. Only thing I can lose if my machine breaks. If my machine breaks, then I can't watch any of these movies. But that's the only thing I have to worry about. I always will have them in my collection. With the streaming could just say, nope, we don't want to pay for that rights anymore. And you will never have that movie ever again. So I'm kind of better off this way. And if you like streaming or physical media, leave it in the comments. How many people like the old fashioned way of keeping media, having your own library and stuff? So all we got today was, oh, this is gonna be fun. Me dropping everything. Well, we got all these books and the two cassette tapes, and I won't hold the movies up because if I drop them, they cost too much if you replace them. These I could drop these on my foot, and all it's gonna cost me or whatever. It won't cost me anything. I got free medical. So all we got today were these wonderful books of Sesame Street. And we got Sesame Street Marathon coming out whenever. So please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.